Hi, this is Chrissy Incognito, and welcome to my channel. This is the episode entitled John. Um, so I'd like to say at the beginning of each episode of I'm incognito because this is my alter ego that can say things that I cannot otherwise say unless I'm incognito. Okay, so I like to preface that before every episode. Okay, so my episodes that talk about the internet chat rooms. Okay, so this is 1997. Okay, in order to understand how I got to that, you'll have to see the Robert episode and Lance 1 and 2. So it's better to view those before you view this one, but happy listening. So I was in a chat room. It was labeled medical professional or medical staff or something like that. And so, like I said in the other episodes, I was in there in order to get knowledge that I could share with Robert. So, he would like me better. Okay. So I'm in there and I meet John. Okay. So this is like, I like this particular story because I don't know. It's just silly. So we get to now this was before Lance, okay? So I did not even download my picture yet. I did not even have a picture because I only did that at Lance's request, okay? So I didn't have a picture and it was still new to have a picture. He didn't have a picture. John didn't have a picture either. So we were talking and he was an ER doctor in a city not too far from me, but it was a city. It wasn't like a suburb or anything like that. And so he was an ER doctor and he might have been in his residency because they're all about the same age. So he might have been in his I don't really remember. So we're talking. He's got a funny personality. He is so funny, and we're just having like a ball talking. Right? We exchange numbers, whatever. We start talking, and he's funny, and he's just like a real person, right? And which is hard to get in any profession, let alone medicine. Um. So so he tells me he's like, I just want so we're talking, for weeks and whatnot, and he's like, "I just wanna let you know I'm really, hesitant about, sharing, like, uh, my pictures and stuff like that." He goes, "Because when I was in medical school, I had a girl stalk me, and I had to get, like, stuff against her and whatever they did." And I said, "Well, who was she?" "She was another student." Like, you don't want your doctor to be unhinged before they can even get there, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, "This guy must be gorgeous," right? This guy must be gorgeous to have I'm 23 at the 24, whatever I am. And so I'm thinking like, you must be just so gorgeous that she just can't control herself and stalk you, and I'm not making fun of stalking and everything and nothing, he was fine at the end. But he was very cautious, as well as he should be. And again, nothing was known really about stalking or anything like that. I mean, nowadays she would have probably been thrown out of um wherever she was, but it was just kind of like, "Okay, we'll talk to her, but you gotta stay away from him." And I could kinda see why she was so attracted to his personality because he was really funny, he was really nice, he was really down to earth, emotionally, you know, so he was, like, great, and so I was like, "Oh my god, she fell in love with him," right? He's so easy to talk to, and he's so nice, and he's understanding, and he must just be the most gorgeous thing, okay, but I was like, "Whatever." So, I he's like, "You promise you won't stalk me, right?" And so it became like a joke, and we could joke about it back then because there wasn't the awareness that there was now. Um, so we meet um at a big local mall that's kind of halfway between his city and halfway between my town. And I'm all excited. I'm gonna meet John. This is John, right? This John that I've been having so much fun with. Um, he's so nice, he's so this, he's so that, and he's so down to earth. Well, he 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 walks in. He's nothing what I pictured him to be. He looks like he's um working for he's he's very short, and he's got a leather jacket on. And not like a biker jacket, just but it made him look, and he's all in black. And I mean, we didn't have like Tony Soprano back then, or I would have said, "What are you working for Tony Soprano?" He was not what I thought he was gonna look like, but I was like, "It's still John, right?" It's still the guy that we've joked about, and we've done this and we've done that, on the phone and everything. So we're sitting there and we're just talking like he's like a real person, unlike Lance when I met him. He's like a real person and everything like that. And then we just walk around the mall and everything. And so everything seemed to be fine. He walked me to my car. I actually valeted it just because if I wanted to escape, I didn't want to have to walk through cars. Like, let's say he was a creeper, right? I didn't want to have to walk through rows of cars to try to get to my car. He could be following me for all I knew. But if I valeted it, there's a bunch of people around, they pull your car up and you go, right? So he walked me to the valet because I wasn't scared of him or anything. And I don't think we kissed, but we hugged, and we each said to each other, "Okay, we'll contact each other like tonight or tomorrow, whatever it was." So we start talking, and he's still happy and fun and personable. We start talking for the next couple of weeks. And at some point, he said to me, "I can't talk to you anymore." And I was like, "Okay, why did your mommy did your mommy ground you? Like, what do you mean you can't talk to me anymore?" He's like, "I'm going to fall in love with you and you're going to break my heart." And I thought to myself, "But we're at the getting to know phase, right? We already met. I'm still coming back for more. Like, it doesn't matter that you look like Tony Soprano, whatever, like a young version of him. Um, we're still corresponding by emails and by phone and everything. Like, I'm in this as much as you are. Like, I have not at all been like, oh yeah, like, yeah, you're nice, but I was willing to give it a go." And he goes, "No, no." He said, "Listen," I said, "John, we've only met once. We've been talking now for like, I don't know, a month and a half or whatever it is." I said, "Why don't we just continue doing what we're doing and see where it goes?" He goes, "Nope, nope." He goes, "No, you're going to break my heart." And I'm like, I said, "Listen, John," I said, "I'm not going to force you to date me. Okay. But I would really want to like see where this goes. But I'm not going to force you." He's like, "Nope." He's like, I, I can't do this anymore." I said, "Oh, okay. Right. Okay." So fast forward, I'm involved with Lance. Like the other episodes, I'm up all night, I'm studying. People are calling my phone. Eric was calling my phone when I was, um, with Lance. So Lance and I are talking like 2 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden, the phone, beep, beep, right? Because it's call waiting. And so I answer it and it's John. And I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, John." I was like, "Are you okay? Because I haven't heard from you." Like, I knew I wasn't gonna hear from you, so the fact that I'm hearing from you, is everything all right? He blurts out, "I got a job at the head of an ER in state way far away from us, and I want you to come with me." I said, "What?" He goes, "I got the job for the head of the ER at blah, blah, blah hospital in blah, blah, blah state, and I want you to come with me." And I said, "John, we stopped dating." I said, "No, I can't. I'm not gonna come with you." I said, "Maybe if we continued to date and it was going somewhere and you got this position, maybe we would have, maybe I would have come with you." I said, "But you can't call me after how many months, 3 months, whatever it is, blurt this out and suddenly want somebody to come with you." And I said, "No." I said, "No, John." I said, "Maybe," like I said, "maybe if we had continued to date and we were at that point in our relationship in which we had to make a more of a commitment, possibly." But I said, "No." He goes, "Okay." He's like, "Well, I wish you luck." I said, "Well, I wish you luck in your new position." I said, so I clicked back to Lance and he goes, "You were gone for a little while. Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Lance, you're not gonna believe this." I said, "This guy that I dated got a position in whatever state and asked me to come with him." And he just Lance just laughed and said, "Well, tell him you're taken." And I was like, "Okay." So if I did not experience, I would not believe it. It was the most bizarre out of the blue call that I received. It was just so weird. And so that was the story of just I know some of you are out there. "Yeah, you should have went." Yeah, I should have went with him. I think now, right, 80 years later, that would have probably been the best option is to go with a stranger somewhere. You know, um But that was the John story. I hope you found it as entertaining as me, 'cause I thought it was kinda cute, looking back on it. It was really not anything, traumatic. Alright. Well, thank you for listening, or watching Chrissy Incognito. I am Chrissy Incognito, wishing you happy listening.